Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am here with Vedika Kaul Vyas. Vedika, welcome to my channel.
Thank you so much for having me.
So today me and Vedika, we are going to talk about a very interesting book which is called Not Without My Daughter by Betty Mahmoodi. So Vedika, how does a Betty Mahmoodi's perspective as a narrator shape the story?
I think that the narration, the most part of it comes from a mother's perspective,
Yeah.
right? And as we know that a mother and a child's bond is something that we see as the most purest form. It's like the most unconditional form that we can think about.
Yeah.
And I felt that entirely as a story, this was less about Betty trying to escape from a situation or a circumstance for herself. And I think it was more to do with her daughter and her future, which is why she took a long route to get back to the United States rather than opting for something that was available to her in the first couple of weeks, first couple of months.
Yeah.
So I think if I could just sum it up together, it's from a mother's perspective.
Very true. Very true. So,
Yeah.
how does the author portray the cultural differences between the West and actually, especially the Iranian culture?
I feel like the West, as we know, is a lot more liberal, especially when it comes to women's rights. But say, for example, the fact that she came to the East and she was introduced to the culture and the way people live is so different from the way she was raised and the way she used to live. It's not just culture, but also a lot to do with the religion that she was introduced to. And I think that's where it got a little bit complicated in her head as to maybe she thought that this is what East is made of. Maybe just this country, this country. And I feel like, how do I put this? I don't know. I don't know if when I read the book, it had a lot to do with, it's also an American coming to Iran. It's not like a European coming to Iran or like someone else from a different country, because you also take into consideration the relationship between these two countries. And maybe this book has been written from that perspective and not just her own perspective. Maybe there are things written in the book keeping these two countries in mind. And I feel like as a reader, I'm seeing this from her perspective, sure. But I also have to remind myself that it's written by an American.
Yeah.
So I think that was constantly in my head while I was reading it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what themes of resilience and determination stand out in the book?
I think the fact that she decided that she wanted to do this for her safety and for her child's safety, and that she kept her patience, she kept her faith and her belief, and whatever God it came from, it did not matter. I think throughout the book, I noticed that she taught herself to really believe and really pray and really hope, and that's what she passed on to her daughter as well. And I think it was just that faith and hope that really kept her going throughout, because it's not an easy journey when you are not even allowed basic human rights. And for you to see your child going through something and knowing well enough that she could have given her a much better upbringing than what's happening to her at the moment. And sure, there must be moments in her head where she must have felt that this is really impossible to do. But in fact, she did something. I don't think I can think of sitting here reading this book. I don't think I could have thought of crossing 500 kilometers, taking that risk. It can only be faith and hope that could keep a person going through such a difficult time.
True.
And I think for me, that's what stood out.
True. So, what lessons or insights did you take away from Betty's story?
I think again, like her resilience, but what most stood out for me was the fact that she was very determined in what she wanted to do. She had that faith and hope, but at the same time, she was extremely kind in her journey. I think that even though she had a husband or a man around her who was extremely like, he was ill treating her and extremely unkind with his words and his actions towards her. But the fact that I don't know if that really made her bitter as a person.
Yeah.
She still kept making relationships with people. She still mentions about cherishing those memories with people that she became friends with,
Yeah.
and the women that she came across, and how certain people promised her that, "Oh, we'll get you out of here." And
Yeah.
I think she continued to be kind throughout, and that's what really kind of I took from
Yeah.
her, the way she's talked about her journey.
So I do understand that, you and me talking about the book, we will not be able to actually, it's a very emotional, very beautifully written book. But, just a last question for you is, how do you think this story would differ if written today with modern awareness of cultural sensitivity and international relations?
I feel like this would have, if this had, do you mean in the sense that if this took place in today's time?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
I think it would have been a lot different, considering how aware women are. Because even when she's talking about her husband in the book, she talks about him in the sense of like really loving him and really being there for him, even though like so many things are happening. I don't think in today's time, not just women, anybody has the kind of, we don't have that thought process anymore where we're like, oh, my husband's being like this, it's okay, I'll let it go.
Yeah.
I think just the smallest like hint that I would get from a man, or like any woman would get from a man, we would be like, stay away, or I don't need you in my life.
Yeah.
I think that need for women doesn't exist anymore, of like having men. But this can only be true for women in like an urban setting.
Yeah.
It's still not, I don't think there's been much, for most women it's not improved in that sense, and women choose to continue living the way their husbands dictate their lives to be. But I feel like this book would have given me a sense of rebellion if this was written in today's time.
Yeah.
And not with the same softness and kindness
Yeah.
that she dealt with.
Yeah.
It would have been a lot more like complaining in a sense, or like rebellion, or like power struggle.
Yeah. True.
I think those things would have come into consideration if this was written today.
Yeah, very true. For the viewers who are watching this video, Vedika is actually Vedika is a multi-talented personality, but she is an ardent reader, and I think she did justice to what she said about the book. But do read the book. I'll put some narration about the book into the description with the video. Thank you, Vedika, for joining me today. And
thank you so much.
Thank you all the viewers for being supportive. Unfortunately, due to some personal reasons, I would not be doing any more videos in 2025, but wishing all of you a very happy new year. And hopefully I will resume my YouTube journey again very soon. Thank you, Vedika.
Thank you so much.